Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. So in today's video, we are going to be talking about Ronald Araujo's renewal with FC Barcelona, then speak about Pedri and Gavi's future with the club, and then lastly, speak about the match preview between Barcelona and Getafe. There's plenty to discuss for today's video. If you guys are new here, welcome to the channel. I'm happy that you guys are here. If you guys are FC Barcelona fans, this will be the channel for you. So if you guys do end up liking this video, please click the thumbs up button and also subscribe to the channel. I would really appreciate it. So let's first talk about Ronald Araujo. And it says here, according to Tony Juan Marti, that Araujo is very close to renewing his contract now following a new meeting. It's practically done and taken for granted. It could even be made official next week. Even Hansi Flick commented on Araujo's renewal and he stated this: "I hope and I expect Araujo to sign a new deal with us. We are on it. As you can see, in training and on the pitch, he is different and one of the best defenders. When Araujo is on the pitch, you can feel it. He's one of the best." So this is great news. To me, in my opinion, I believe that renewing Araujo is the same thing as Barcelona signing a new center back. We all thought that Araujo was going to go to Juventus, that it was over, that Barcelona are going to have to deal with the fact that we only have Inigo Martinez, Kubarsi, and Christensen, and that's it, and then wait for Ta in the summer. But we have convinced Araujo. Deco has done all the work, saying that you are valuable here. We want to match whatever you are asking for in terms of wages, and besides, you are our captain. You deserve to have one of the best contracts at FC Barcelona, and Araujo does prove it all the time on the pitch because of how reliable he is as a center back. He brings a lot to the table, and so I'm happy to see that Barcelona have found that balance between not jeopardizing this club financially, but at the same time bringing Araujo a good enough contract that will satisfy all parties. There was also some reports claiming that Juventus are now preparing a 70 million offer for Araujo, and the story is not over yet, but I don't think nothing's going to happen there. I do believe that yes, Juventus probably do have another second bid ready, which is the 70 million euros, but Barcelona will not listen. Araujo will not listen, and the only thing that we will be seeing next week is Araujo's renewal. So speaking about renewals, let's also talk about Pedri and Gavi. Now look, Barcelona is now in the 1-1 financial fair play rule. Even Mundo claimed that because of this, they are going to prioritize renewing the contracts of Pedri and Gavi. Fernando Martinez comments, "The club's priority is to now finalize the renewals of Pedri and Gavi. As a club, see the two as crucial for the long term. For Pedri, his renewal is 95% complete. He will extend for 5 more years. Only minor details and document exchanges remain. Gavi, on the other hand, has been offered a contract on the same terms of Pedri's. His renewal is progressing well. Gavi and his agent have always shown their willingness to stay at FC Barcelona." So once again, just like Araujo, this is great news. When you speak about the future of Pedri and Gavi and where they're going to be at, it is always FC Barcelona. Barcelona is in good hands because of the fact that Pedri and Gavi want to be here. They want to commit to the club. Barcelona's future is going to be monumental. Pedri has really developed his game and has evolved. Even Hansi Flick said during the press conference that Pedri's game has a new philosophy, and we are starting to see that because of the way that he provides the key passes or the second to last pass during attacking plays. He just seems much more dangerous, and he's always able to take on players. He's almost starting to look like Andres Iniesta to some way, because I remember every time Iniesta was receiving the ball in the middle, he usually takes down about 1 to 2 players and then finds the second to last pass or the last pass. Pedri is doing the exact same thing, and with Pedri, the game just always looks fluid. We need Pedri in our 11. Barcelona deserve a player like Pedri, and Pedri deserves a team like FC Barcelona. It's a match made in heaven. As for Gavi, Gavi has also evolved his game. As a matter of fact, when has he not? Ever since he came to the first team, he has been playing in multiple positions. He did start off as a central midfielder under Ronald Koeman, but quickly shifted to the left wing position once Xavi came in, and that's mainly because we had no left winger. But Gavi did a great job playing on the left side, providing assists, giving out goals. Most notably, the match against Real Madrid in the Spanish Super Cup final of 2023, where Gavi provided 1 goal and 2 assists. Fast forward a couple of years later, Gavi is now playing as either a CDM or as a 10. Sometimes when Gavi has to drop deep and play with Casado, he does that very well, protecting the ball, making sure that the ball is recovered as fast as possible. When he goes into the number 10 role, which is what we are starting to see the majority of the time, he can combine well with the wingers like Lamine Yamal, like Rafinha. The amount of times he presses the defense to force errors, it is insane. His work ethic is so important to us, and so like this is good, right? Like I know that Barcelona are in the 1-1 financial fair play rule. Yes, we can prioritize signing new players out there in Europe, but I believe that renewing the contracts of Pedri, Gavi, and Araujo has to come first no matter what, because they do deserve it. Now moving on towards the next conversation, and we are going to be speaking about the match preview. Now first things first, Andreas Christensen is declared fit and he's back. He's going to be in the squad list, so can we expect to see Christensen make his debut against Getafe? Maybe, it really does depend on how the game does go. If Barcelona can destroy Getafe 3-4-0 before the 60th minute, maybe we could see some minutes, but for sure I cannot see Christensen start from the very beginning. It is going to be taking some time, just like what happened with Ansu, Frankie, Araujo, Pedri, and everybody else. So at the very most, we should expect to see Christensen maybe play 10 to 15 minutes. Besides that, yes, this game is going to be very, very difficult. Barcelona are going to aim to maintain the perfect start to 2025 by securing their first La Liga win of the year. I know it sounds crazy, right? Like we're 20 days into this new year and Barcelona have not played a league match yet, but Barcelona will be kicking things off against Getafe away from home. Barcelona so far had an amazing January, winning all 4 matches and scoring 16 goals and claiming their first trophy of the season. So under Hansi Flick, Barcelona right now are showing their best form, and Barcelona are going to want to regain their confidence in the league because after having several poor performances around the end of 2024, Barcelona have to recover their level. We need to win points. We need to go back into first place within this league. And so facing Getafe is going to be a challenge. Getafe are known to play very rough. They're very physical. They're not going to want to play. The last time Barcelona played against Getafe, it ended 1-0 at our own home. And this was our starting 11. We had Inigo Martinez, Cubarsí, Jules Koundé, and Balde at the back, with our double pivot being Casado, Eric Garcia. And then our attack was Rafinha, Pablo Torre, Lamine Yamal, and Lewandowski. And I remember commenting on this match, and Barcelona were very underwhelming. We did lack a lot of energy and fight, and we did not really have a clear plan. And despite this win, which kept Barcelona's record perfect after 7 games, the play was described as very lifeless. And the only good thing that came out from this match was Lewandowski scoring. And the reason why I believe it is so difficult to play against Getafe is because Getafe do not concede a lot of goals. Because if we look at their numbers, we can see that Getafe is a team that cannot really score goals for themselves. They have 4 open play goals, 4 set piece goals, 1 free kick, and 4 penalties. So they barely do score in open play. As you can see here also on the bottom, goals per match, they are the very worst, like literally the very worst. They average 0.7 goals per 90 minutes, and then you do have Barcelona at 2.7 goals per 90 minutes. So they're not a high goal scoring machine, but they definitely can keep you at bay and make it 0-0 or 1-1. Hence the reason why in the goals conceded per match, Getafe is one of the best defensive teams in the league, right next to Sociedad and Atletico Madrid. Getafe average 0.8 goals per 90 minutes. So it's going to be very difficult for Barcelona to get through, and we have to unlock something. So like for example, so far this season, Getafe's record against the top 5 best teams in La Liga is really not that bad. They have barely been beaten recently by Atletico Madrid 1-0 away from home. Getafe got beaten by Real Madrid 2-0 away from home. Getafe got tied against Athletic Club away from home 1-1, and they also tied against Villarreal 1-1 away from home. So all of these games that Getafe played against the top 5, they were away from home, and the scoreline was very small. Luckily for Barcelona, looking back at this, they barely got the win 1-0. But can you just imagine what's going to happen tomorrow night on Saturday when Barcelona have to go to Getafe and try and get 3 to 4 goals? Based off the numbers and data, it does seem like it's going to be very difficult. Barcelona will need to come with their all and play the perfect game. Flick also commented on the difficulty on playing against Getafe during the pre-match press conference, and this is what he said. What we know from the past is that it's very difficult to score goals. We have talked about it with the team, and we hope to achieve it. Flick also gave out some hints about rotation, and this is what he said. For us, the most important game is the next one. We know we have games in the next few weeks, but we are only focused on the next one. First, we have to beat Getafe and then Benfica. So this is hinting at the fact that Flick might not make rotations because of how difficult this match will be. Then he also spoke about the game even more and said, when you control the game or the ball, we don't suffer. But when you make too many mistakes, that's what they want. They know how to play with counterattacks, and it's not easy to defend like that. It's always the same. We are a step ahead thanks to the last few games. Against Betis, we controlled the game, and that's what I wanted to see, which is going to lead us towards our most possible 11 that we can see against Getafe. And to be honest, based off what Flick did say, there is going to be no rotations. Barcelona have to come out with the best and strongest 11 in order for us to really get a 3-0 or 4-0 win. It is mandatory. We have to continue this goal scoring momentum as we do go into the next match against Benfica next week, which will be played on my birthday, January 21st. So I do expect to see Peña in goal, our backline being Balde, Cubarsí, Araujo, and Jules Koundé, with our double pivot being Pedri and Casado. And in our attacking 4, we have Lamine Yamal on the right wing, Gavi as the 10, Rafinha on the left wing position, and Lewandowski as the striker. Once again, no rotations. I don't see Dani Olmo starting. I do think that right now, Gavi is giving slightly more than Dani Olmo, even though we saw him perform well as a false 9. But if you're going to be placing Lewandowski, I do think that Gavi should be the 10 behind Lewandowski. Dani Olmo is probably going to come in later in the game, and I'm also okay with Alejandro Balde starting on the left back position because Balde Getafe did not play, just like Lewandowski. And there was a reason to that. It was because of this game. So that is it. That is going to be wrapping up today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.